Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager. Right, how are we getting on then? So we're building a new gearbox, which is going to be a really good gearbox, I believe, which should be good for us. Because gearbox is our weakest position at this point in time by the looks of it. As you can see, it's the lowest out of the lot, so we need to deal with that if we can. Everything else is looking pretty good. We've leveled it up a bit. Of course, we've still got a fair way to go before we catch everyone else up, though. Car condition update, that'll be repaired, no problem there. What happened there? Deegan's gearbox. Gonna improve that for the next race. Oh, that's not true to be honest with you, but there you go. 1.374 seconds slower than our quickest pit stop is not good, is it? Oh, handling development's being built, isn't it, as well? That's pretty nice. Car repair finished, that's good. I've got some more sponsorship deals. I'd like one with money up front if that's possible. We have got this one here. 2.6 million up front, 2.632, and it's one race less. Well, that's 256k per race. So that's going to give us less money, to be honest. So we might as well go for this one. This is the best money tree offer, I think. 2.6 million up front, which is going to help us with our car upgrades. So that was definitely worth going for, that one, I think. So we're voting on whether to bring qualifying back. I like qualifying. I think qualifying would be a nice thing to have back, to be honest. So we have the upgrade now of our handling centre. So look, our HQ actually is not... We're getting close to the average now on HQ. So now, yeah, we've got a good handling centre built as well. So now we can build good... Is that front... Have I just... What did we build then? We built the handling centre. Don't tell me I built the one that gives you a good front wing when we've already got it. Or was it brakes I built? I can't remember what I built now, to be honest. It was handling the centre, wasn't it? Is that front wing? No, suspension. Okay, suspension we built up, which is nice. We do need probably a new suspension as well, to be honest. That would help us out. So what's the next race all about? Top speed, low speed corners and acceleration. So the things we've actually been dealing with, actually, that's pretty nice. Right, so new vote started to bring back qualifying. I want to bring back qualifying. I like it. I don't know why we haven't got qualifying, so it looks like it's definitely going to go through. I mean, it makes a difference to us because we're going to finish bottoms anyway, so there we go. Qualifying is back for next season. Yeah, we're going to finish bottom anyway. I just like the idea. Next political vote will be in 56 days. New gearbox is going to be finished around about here, which is nice. However, we are going to get the F2 race first by the looks of it. There we go. Running race event for F2. They're in the Black Sea, and it's a win for Rockenvist once again for Ford Chip Ganassi Racing, who continues to top the Drivers' Championship. Glock in second, Buemi third, Lance Stroll in fourth. So it looks to me still like Nissan should be top of the pack, which they are, only by 17 points though, but that's quite a lot when you consider how many points you're getting, isn't it really? So yeah, it looks like we could actually get Nissan up to F1, which would be nice to see something a little bit different, wouldn't it? Right, so our headquarters is better now as well, which is nice. Our gearbox should be built any day now. It's going to be a good gearbox, this one. There we go. So gearbox is built. It's a big upgrade, I think, this one. It's a huge upgrade. So we'll put that on to you. It is going to be... Where are you, gearbox? There you are. It's 322. It's a massive upgrade. It really is. And it's got good reliability already. So we got the... Did we get the random epic item on? Or was that a different part? I can't remember now, but... It's a good one. It can go up to 369, so we will do that. Can I take that out? No, gearbox we'll take out. Oh, let's take everything out. Autofill. I don't really care too much about the other gearboxes. So the good one... I mean, who's using what? Yeah, the good one we don't need to do. And the good engine... Have you got the good engine? You haven't got the good engine on either. You've got the great engine. There we go. That's good. We'll get the two gearboxes done. So now we can get a decent suspension if we want to. It's going to be in performance, isn't it? So current... Is that our current performance? 204 to 231. Is that currently what we've got? Is that how it works? Is it telling us that? So current suspensions are... No, 132 and 212. So this is definitely another big upgrade for us. Just simple things like this. So if we just went for this, gives us 214 out of 241, which is nice. Okay, that's interesting. 350k, it's going to take 4.5 days to build. So it's definitely going to be a big upgrade ready for the next race. So the bars are going up. We're looking a bit stronger now. We're still obviously quite a distance away from the average, but if we can just catch up towards the back. I want to get to a point where we're not like just getting hammered week in, week out. There we go, it's built. So we will get it added onto the car now. So it's 240. It's not a massive upgrade for him, to be honest, but it is an upgrade. And we'll design a new part. Maybe we'll get another one built before the next race anyway. So again, there's not actually a lot of great stuff we can put on this, to be honest. I mean, we could put that on again. And then 231 is not great, is it? 271, but it's got the risk level. That's not going to do us anything, is it? I mean, none of this is very good, is it? None of it. I mean, if we do that, it keeps it at 241. I mean, that's the best, but you've got the risk level, which we'll deal with later in the season, I think. Maybe just go for the reliability then. I mean, it's still going to be only an average one because we haven't got a good component on it, but just these good components are not very good. That actually makes it worse. However, we can probably negate that in the next level with... See, none of these are very good either. I mean, they've got really good risk level ones, so we'll definitely build a really risky one for the end of the season, but maybe that great one there, maybe? Again, it's all about the numbers, to be honest, isn't it? It doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it's all about the numbers, so it doesn't matter what actual rating it is, as long as that number's as high as possible, and it probably is, actually. It's not bad. We'll go with that, actually. We'll do that. It's cheeky. It's going to be less time to build as well, I think. Yeah, 4 days, 17 hours to get that built, so that'll be ready before the next race again. Excelente. We need to improve the performance of the part as well, don't we, really? Hamilton with another victory. Great. Gasly in second. Verstappen in third. Bottas in fourth. So Verstappen looks like he's going to keep his position in second place in the World Championship, but Hamilton looks like he's won that already. And Red Bull have overtaken Ferrari quite significantly in the Constructors' Championship as well. So if I can go to car, can I... There's no point improving that part yet, is there? We want to improve it a bit later on, don't we? So you'll get done 8 days before the race. Okay. So we're going to get our new suspension done now. Which it is done. So can I... Not yet, I need to fit it first, I'm assuming, don't I? So let's fit this new suspension. We'll put it onto you again. It's only 214. It's actually exactly the same as we've just put it on your car, to be honest. Let's just do that. It's exactly the same rating. We'll build another one. Straight off the bat. We didn't unlock the third slot because we didn't use a great part. Damn. Okay. How are we looking for brakes? Tire efficiency improved. Doesn't actually improve the number, does it? Again, none of our deceleration to max puts up to 189. It's going to get done a few days before the race. So can I... If I put this in there 1 hour before the race. Okay, let's take yours out. 1 hour before the race to get that improved as well. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting better. We are getting better. Right, that suspension, that's the old one, isn't it? So, okay, we're perfectly on target because we can't really get any lower, can we? Brakes, we're going to fit a new set of brakes to your car then. So you're going to go for an upgrade from 142. Actually, it's not as good, is it? But it's got a much higher potential. So we'll do that. Gives you a massive brake increase. I can actually see differences now. So acceleration's a big difference in acceleration on the purple car. Which is from the gearbox, isn't it? Yeah, there's a big difference there. 358 is huge. Okay. Okay, we just need to get this done, don't we? So we get that done 1 hour before the race. 2 bits of mail. Upcoming race, our race mechanics. It is what it is, isn't it? I mean, we're doing okay, I think. If we look at staff, we've got like, you're really good. You're almost 4 stars, so you're a big person to have in our team. You 2 are 3 stars. That's locked. The sweet spot in qualifying is much bigger. Yeah. Well, we're not using qualifying. We'll do the next race actually next season. So that'd be beneficial, I suppose, wouldn't it? So Buemi got the victory again with Rockenvis coming in second. So Buemi's catching up a little bit, but it's going to take a lot to knock Rockenvis off the top. But that's great for Nissan, isn't it, as well? Because Oa got 5th. So it's just getting them more and more points. They're pulling away. It looks like Nissan are going to win the Constructors' Championship there. Right, so there's only 3 races remaining, so monetary-wise we should be okay. We need to do an improvement, don't we? What am I messing around with? So deceleration is pretty poor now. Base cost is actually the cheapest, so brakes are probably a good thing to do. We have to take 1 from each level then. We know that now. Okay, so these are interesting actually. These are interesting. So we'll go deceleration to max. Then we can do this one, which puts it up to 214. Or this one, puts it up to 229. It's pretty worth doing that. It's going to take 9 days. Then we get a chance to do one of these. We're going to have to start looking at building some red risk level parts soon as well, aren't we? Just to take them in for next season. I mean, we could do that now, to be honest. I mean, we could do it now. I mean, that's 204. And there's another one on there. That puts it to 244. There's no point in really... Yeah, let's just do that now. I mean, we'll just keep the parts available and put them on before the end of the last race. No point in spending too much money now, is there? We can build this one as well then. Because there's no point in putting the upgrades on now, is there? Because we're not really getting much benefit from them. Unless we... Should we go for something a bit more interesting, I mean? So, at the moment... What are we at the moment? We're 300... Let's have a look on the engine. So this engine is 398. So we need to build something crazy, don't we? So top speed plus 20 or 25 to max. And then we'll do this risk level 1. See, this risk level 1's not actually that great, to be honest, is it? This one, 378. Plus 60 reliability. We don't really need the reliability, do we? This one's not great either. So I mean, that gives us extra reliability, which doesn't really make much difference. That puts us up to 428, and we have one more thing to use. So that's going to put us up to 448. That's 448 as well. Is there anything else here that's going to be even better? Oh, this one. 463. It's going to cost us a lot of money to build this engine. 460. Is it worth building that engine? Is that actually... It goes up to 463. Is that really a massive benefit for that amount of money? I mean, we could probably get more of a benefit out of other parts, couldn't we, really? I mean, if we go gearbox as well, then we've got... so our current gearbox level is... That's the wrong bit, isn't it? Where am I going here? Right, gearbox is 363. So we probably can build something interesting here. So we go for this. That's a good start. And probably acceleration plus 20. Did I say 363? Didn't I? So it's already at 354 and we've got 2 more parts to pick. We can't access these parts though, can we? No. It's a shame because that's pretty good. 374. 364. 300. Is that 384? So that's a big upgrade again. It's going to cost 1.4 million even. Is that really, again, that's not a massive upgrade, is it? I mean, some of the other upgrades we're getting are huge. That's not really a big upgrade. So we probably need to work on these ones, to be honest. So these are going to be the biggest upgrades, aren't they? By doing stuff like this. So if we went, for suspension, for example. So we can go for that. Plus that. That's build time reduction is not actually that great, is it? So maybe suspension's not the best one. Rear wing. Here we go. This is probably better, isn't it? So this is going to give us high-speed corners is big, 268. Then you've got this one puts us up to 303, or this one puts us up to 318. We'll do that then. Is this locked because we haven't got the next requires simulator level 1? Okay. So that's the best rear wing we can buy or build even. And it's going to improve it next season. So that's 318. It's a nice cheap part as well. Like we just won't fit it. We'll fit it at the end of the season. So was that 318? Was that? So rear wing currently is. It's a decent upgrade. It's a pretty hefty one. So we're not going to get it till next race, but then we're not going to put it on until next season anyway, so it's not terrible. So is that the factory staff? Yes, we've done the improvements as we wanted. Okay. So I feel like we're not going to improve anything on the car now, I don't think. So these brakes... Who's got those brakes on? You've got them on. Okay, we'll do that then. Although we're probably going to build more brakes, aren't we? But to be honest, it doesn't really matter too much. Your great parts are done. We'll do your suspension as well. Get it up a little bit. Probably going to get some better stuff, aren't we? Now, I don't think we're going to fit anything new to the car. So let's just do all of this for now. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about that or that, to be honest. We'll get your 2 bits there done. We'll do that then for now. Actually, no, let's take that off as well. Let's get your gearbox done instead. Because your gearbox went the last race, didn't it? So yeah, we're going to concentrate now more then on just building up some of the... Wow, 176 days after the race. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to concentrate just building up some parts that are red flagged that we're not going to use, and then just put them on for the end of the season and use the upgrades moving into next year, I think. So we'll go for... I think we're going to go the other way this time because I realised that I don't want to go for the too short a stint unless it really works. Right, so part fitting is fine. So we're decent position, only a few races left of the season. We're going to invest our money, like I said, on really risky parts that we're not going to fit and just take the benefits into next season. So we're going to have to, once they're built, we're going to have to put them through the reliability and the performance improvements. And then, like I said, after the end of the last race, we'll get those parts fitted and take those big benefits into next year. And hopefully, it'll give us a nice starting point to get a bit closer once again to the back of the pack. Right, it is raining in practice for the Belgian Grand Prix. Again, put you 2 in. We will simulate the practice session. Boom. Right. Interesting to see how we get on in this one then again. So some people have gone out on softs. Don't know why, it looks pretty risky because it looks like it's going to rain nearly in the entire session by the looks of it. But Piscini got a pretty good... There we go now. On the intermediates now then. We might have just got one decent lap in early on. My headphones fell out then, that's pretty dodgy, isn't it? So it has actually dried out. And there was some decent lap times in there, but I feel like we're obviously going to be bottom 2, aren't we? But be interesting now, we've done some improvements on the performance of both cars and the reliability, so hopefully now, again, we should see more of a change again. So it's a second gap between Cohen and Deegan, but it's a 3-second gap between Cohen and Aberdeen for Tolman. Tolman is the team we're really focusing on, isn't it, really? Because they're the ones that are one ahead of us. The only other team in the entire F3 who hasn't got a single point so far. Right, so it's raining and it is going to be... So they'll stop raining for a couple of laps and start again. So we're going to have to start really on the intermediates probably. So we're looking at soft tyres here apparently, but... Let's just go for the generic improvement. Let's not bother with that because we don't really utilise his engine moves, which we probably should do. Once we get a bit better at the game, we probably will take that into account. That's what it was I'm trying to say. Burns fuel more slowly. Okay, so that's Deegan. So Deegan, I'm going to take extra off you fuel-wise. Cohen, 83% setup. Okay, speed balance wasn't great there though. Maybe we can go a bit more towards your top speed and handle it a bit like that. Is that fine? We'll go for tyre choice. I think intermediate's pretty good. Oh, we could probably one-stop this then. Intermediates looks pretty nice. Now we'll get that done. We'll take 4 laps of fuel. Oh, seems risky, doesn't it? On such a short race. We'll take 3 laps of fuel off you. And then for Deegan, this was 80%, so that's a bit closer. Speed balance, you need to be further up that way. Downforce maybe on that way. We'll go with that then. And with the intermediates, you're going to get 12 to 14 laps, so you should hopefully be able to one-stop as well. And we will take 4 laps of fuel off you, because you've got the better fuel usage. And there we go. Yeah, because it's going to rain. It's going to rain for a while. I think that's probably the safest way to go. I mean, if we start on softs, it's going to be a bit... They're all starting on softs. I feel like I feel this is a better idea because it's raining and it's going to continue raining for quite some time. It's going to stop for a couple of laps, so everyone's going to come in and out to change onto change tyres. I think we're going to be okay. I hope. Well, I've either done really well here or I've done stupidly. The game seems to think I've been stupid, but I feel like with it raining now and it's going to continue raining, I thought this is the best option to go for, to be honest, but I might be wrong. Come on, Cohen, see if you can complete another lap again without being last. It's not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen. Oh, there's still one person behind Deegan. Yeah, we did it! A whole lap without being last. He's going to overtake you now, like it's Ellis who's on Super Softs as well. So it's dried out now, but it's going to start raining again in a couple of laps' time, and it's going to start raining pretty heavily. So we can just make these tyres last. Oh, who's that? That's Pagnard. They're screwed up. Going to ignore that because it's going to rain again in a couple of laps. It's going to rain again in a couple of laps' time. So instead of coming in and out, in and out, in and out all the time, I know it's probably going to slow us down a little bit now. But it's going to be beneficial for us. We're going to end up pitting less than everybody else, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So just make these tyres last. It's going to rain again in about a lap time. And it's going to start raining a bit more, hopefully. To the point where intermediates are going to become the must. And no one's really pitted yet, so maybe they were just being a bit more clever than me. Maybe they've gone on the softs and they're going to pit onto intermediates on this stop, which they're going to, aren't they? Yeah, maybe I thought I was being smart, and maybe it's just not really panned out, because it is going to rain again any second now. There we go. The rain is starting to come down again. Yeah, they've gone on to intermediates now, aren't they? Okay, and our intermediates are not looking too good because we've been driving them in the dry. I think I've really screwed this one up, you know. Well, it looks a bit. It's going to rain even more now. Yeah. Everyone's been pretty smart there, haven't they? Going on the super softs to start off with, doing a stint before it started raining, then going to the intermediates. Well, you've got to make these tyres last, you guys, because I want to try and do a one-stop strategy if we can. So if we can conserve these tyres, that'd be great. I want to try and get them through at least another, like, 8 laps. Which, considering you've both got under 50% already, not looking ideal, is it, really? Although the cars are struggling, you know, Deegan's still ahead of Grosjean and Tictum. I'm not quite sure how that's happened, but we seem to be doing a lot better here today for some reason. We're keeping cars behind us. Fuoco, I don't know what's happened to Fuoco this season, unless they've done the same as we have and just invested all their time and effort into one car. I'm not sure, but right, just conserve those tyres, you guys. We've got to do well with these tyres. I want to try and one-stop this. It all depends on the rain again, doesn't it? It's gonna continue raining up until at least lap 13. So the longer we can see into the future, the better, isn't it, really? That's why you need the forecasting centre, I suppose, in the HQ. It's going to allow us to be able to see the entire sort of like length of the race. Have an idea of what the weather's going to be like for quite some time, so you can make these sort of decisions. Because obviously everyone had that information apart from us, really, didn't they? Ah, Deegan, you've ruined your tyres already. You need to get to around about lap 13, though. That was the idea. Lap 13 and then one stop. It's going to rain all the way up to lap 13, we know. Hopefully it's going to rain for the last... A lot of cars are still on the softs, which is a bit risky. I know, but it's your own fault. I asked you to conserve the tyres and you've still screwed them. So it's not my issue at all, it's yours. So everyone else is moving on to intermediate, so I've got a feeling that intermediates might be the tyre to go on for the considerable future. Nope. Leave your tyre temperatures as they are. We need to conserve these tyres for another couple of laps. So, okay, this is interesting. We're doing okay in this race, you know. I don't know what it is, but Deegan was trying to overtake Zhu there for a second. Bit sandwiched here. There's a collision. Tictum hit us. We've come out of it better off, though. We've actually ended up further ahead of them, but we did get sandwiched between two cars there for a moment. Yellow flag on Sector 3. There's been an issue there somehow. Our cars are now changing onto soft tyres. Why are cars changing onto soft tyres for? That seems risky to me, it really does. But quite a few cars just come on and put super softs on. I'm a bit confused. I mean, when it gets around about lap 20, it is going to dry out a bit, so maybe we do... I don't know, you know. It's on the brink of intermediates, isn't it? And this is as damp as it's going to get. We're at the peak of dampness. That's going to last 11 to 30. We can go to softs and try and finish the race. Okay. Let's just try another couple of laps and we'll try and go on to softs and finish the race. Because we can get 12 to 14 laps out of soft. So and we're pretty close now anyway, I think, to pulling it off. Like I said, this is as wet as it's going to get by all accounts. It's actually going to start getting a bit drier now. So I think we're going to have to change them, aren't we, now? So Cohen onto the softs. And Deegan, 5% tyre wear, bloody hell. You come onto the softs as well. It looks like we can probably pull that off. We do need to get our fuel delta better as well, because we take 4 laps off Deegan and she's still 2.6. Well, we haven't been lapped yet, was a bit of a problem, isn't it? I know that's stupid to say we haven't been lapped yet, it's a bit of a problem, but there you go. So, Cohen is in the pits. Tyres changed, out he comes. We double stack nicely with Deegan, whose tyres are in a terrible state, but it should start to dry out on track now then. It's going to get drier and drier. So we should be okay. The cars on intermediates are going to have to pit again, and we're not. Fuoco looks like he's going to have to pit again as well because he's on super softs. So again, we're going to go conservative because we want to try and get to the end of the race on these tyres. Deegan has now been lapped. Why has that come up for? No way, come on. There you go. So Deegan's been lapped. Cohen not yet. But when he is, that's going to help our fuel delta quite a lot. We just need to just basically hold on to what happens here then. Now Fuoco is catching up Cohen. So let's have a look at Cohen. But I think Fuoco is going to have to pit again because he's on super softs. I don't think he can get to the end of the race on the super softs, to be honest. He has overtaken Cohen. But I think we might be okay. We might be able to sneak a position not last, you know. Zhu's been given a drive-through penalty for his collision against us, I believe. No, it was Ticton that hit us, wasn't it? Right, so... yeah, the dampness is coming down. It's going to get drier and drier as well. The sun... it's going to stop raining at the end of this lap by the looks of it. Oh, Cohen, don't do that, because you're going to damage your tyres by locking up. Yes, you should be sorry, Cohen. You may have just screwed us. Right, so quite a few cars are going to have to come in and change the intermediate tyres, which they're doing now. Cohen's tyres are underheated. Depends if we can get into the end of the race, mate. So go back to neutral driving style. And you as well, your tyres are in a better condition, so you probably will be able to. Right, both take it back to neutral then, just finish the race now. Because Fuoco, I think, might have to pit again. Zhu's going to have to pit, definitely. I don't think we're going to catch Fuoco up, though, can we? He's 20... What, he's about 11 seconds ahead? 18 seconds ahead, sorry. Oh, there's a retirement for Aberdeen. That's nice. So I'll be able to get through not finishing last again. So Cohen's on his own. So at the moment, like I said, we're not really going to put any new parts on the cars this season. We're gonna just build some of the red risk level parts, the ones that if we use in a race we can get caught out with. We're gonna build those because they're gonna give us the biggest upgrade, and then we're gonna put those on the car after the final race. That hopefully is gonna help us be a bit more competitive next season, should we say? And then next season, of course, we'll start again with the upgrades, I suppose. It's the only way to do it. I don't know how much we're going to spend on the HQ next season. We'll spend a bit of money. Maybe, I don't think we'll be able to upgrade the factory or the design centre. I think we'll actually have to probably spend the money on maybe some of the R&D centres and stuff like that, which is probably all you need to do, to be honest with you. That's the main important thing to do, isn't it? Again, we're not being lapped by a huge amount in this race. That's only just fourth going past Cohen now. And it's another retirement. Because it literally is out. We're doing okay here, you know. I'm pretty happy with how this is going. No overtaking. Hopefully we can get past Kajlezugi, who's obviously retired. Don't know where you are on the track to get past you, to be honest, but seems like it's still moving though. Rear wing is damaged. You have to get to the end of the race. Only 2 laps remaining. Just get through. And there's a collision. Matt Campbell has just hit Deegan. Was he lapping her as well? I think he was lapping her. And he's just hit Deegan. However, Campbell seems to have come out of it worse, to be honest with you. But I think we should be okay to finish the race off. There we go. We got up to 21st and 22nd. Schumacher's retired as well. Do we have enough time to get past him though? Because we have to unlap ourselves first. We might not get enough time to unlap ourselves, to be honest. Right, fuel delta. We're okay on the fuel delta now on both cars as well, which is nice. I think that's just because we've been lapped, so that really helps. Can we get past Schumacher before the end of the race? Final lap is just beginning, so we might be okay to do so. So Cohen is catching up Deegan to lap as well, which is interesting. So we're trying to improve all of our parts, really, aren't we, at this point in time? Get our performance as high on those parts as possible. I feel like I probably could have min-maxed it a bit better than what I have done already. But I understand what I'm doing now, which is pretty nice. Right, Cohen is past Schumacher now. That's good. So we're going to get that position. So Deegan should get that position pretty soon as well. Or is she? No, I don't think she's going to. No. Oh, she did just about. She got it. Right, so 20th and 21st. It's not terrible for us. It'll do. I mean, it's still we're bottom 2, of course, because of the retirements. We did okay. But it's another win for Bird, and I think, Pagnord, whatever it is, or Page Nord, whatever his name is, in 5th. I think March are more or less guaranteed to be promoted again. I think they were promoted last time, weren't they? They were promoted in Season 1, and they got relegated in Season 2. So I think they're in a pretty decent position anyway. So let's see how we get on then. It's really warm. I've got the radiator on. I'm sat right next to it, and I'm melting over here. Really, really melting. Right. Scrutiny in the car, broken their rules. Of course, we're going to build these parts, just not put them on. Is anyone else disqualified, maybe? Yes, there was. Sam Bird. Oh my god, Bird! Bird won the race and was disqualified! Oh! Wow. So Braun GP, we've got a 1-2 in this race. Wow, Bird. Luckily for him, it wasn't Ellis that got the win, it was Braun. It was Vips and Piscini. However, I think it should be okay still for Mark to be top, but Braun are catching only 28 points behind. There could be a sting in the tail. There really, really could. Wow. That was a big, big surprise, that was. Really big surprise. And there we go. There we freaking go. So both our drivers did okay. Gonna get no stat increases, are they? Nope. Got a new unlock, though, for Cueto, which is a sweet spot, and qualifying is much bigger, giving the driver an excellent chance of optimizing their brake and tyre temperature. And we lost 707k. That extra 100k, I think, is going to come in nicely, I think. But we're losing a lot of money on drivers, of course. A lot of wages there. What else are we losing a lot of money on? HQ upkeep. Yes, we don't really want to upgrade our design center or anything anymore because that's going to be expensive. But there we go. A win for Vettel in the Singapore Grand Prix. Bottas in second. Hamilton in third. Verstappen, though, could not take advantage of the situation. And Perez only in fourth is not really sixth. Sorry, is not going to help Ferrari at all. As they're only going to gain like 3 or 4 points, aren't they, on Ferrari, on their Red Bull. Sorry, yeah. So I think Red Bull's got second. I think Mercedes are top. I think that's more or less done. That the top 4, I think, are secure in their positions, aren't they? Really, that's a good point. Right. F3. This is us one then. So yeah, Vip's got the win. Piscini in second with the fastest lap as well. Roster third. It's interesting, isn't it? It's very open, isn't it? Because Maserati, again, Fuoco finishing 18th. His teammate finishing second. Not second, sorry. What am I on about? Where did Ellis finish? Ellis finishes 7th. So yeah, Bird's now taken top. Bird was already top. I'm losing track of everything here. Let's just ignore me for a moment. Yeah, let's just ignore me. Right. There we go then. The rear wing has been built. We will keep that ready for next time. Of course, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit a like and of course subscribe if you want to see some more. Next time we'll continue to build some more dodgy parts that we're not going to use. Ready for building us up next season. We've got 2 races remaining. We've got 5.3 million left. We could probably spend about 3 million on that. We'd still be safe. Yeah, we probably can do, yeah. We'll be fine. Yep, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.